Hello, dear viewers! I haven't been here for a while, but I'm back, and today, for the first time, I will show you the contents for the prototype for the board game Lands of Evershade from Awakened Realms. So let's take a look at how it works. I will start with the storybook, which is, packed in paragraphs that tell a story, and that means that there are also many choices waiting for players. As you can see, the prototype version of this board game includes player boards for 3 heroes, but in the final version of this game there will many more, and most importantly, you will also be able to create your own heroes by yourself, so pretty cool. As for the options available in this prototype, we have a race similar to elves. You can play as a wolf-like character, or simply be a human or a beast that serves as an enchanter. Basically, you will be able to create a character just like in a RPG game, or you can choose from present hero types and play as them. But after selecting a tile with the image of your hero, you place it on the player board, which serves as some kind of central hub for managing your character. You will mark all of this hero's attributes levels on the player board, which the appropriate tokens. So it's just like a character sheet, but instead of writing on it, you will use tokens to indicate your hero's strength, for example, intelligence, agility, or charisma levels. But that's not all. On the side of the board, there are dedicated spaces for example, race tokens with their unique traits, as well as the hero's profession, for example, and here also you put appropriate tokens. I think that this method of making attributes by placing tokens in the receives areas for the character board is convenient and practical, because even if you bump the board, nothing will move or scatter. And on the side of the board you will also mark some new skills your hero acquires and their conditions, so if they receive some injuries, you will place the appropriate token there. But maybe they will manage to defend themselves from damage if they equip themselves properly. So now let's take a look at the tokens representing armor that are available in this board game prototype, ranging from some light clothes to heavy armors, which provide better protection for your hero. Additionally, I like that different pieces of the character's equipment come in various sizes, proportionate to the character and the dedicated spaces on the board. Similarly, just like the armor, there are also some headgears options like hoods, crowns, or some ritual caps in the form of the smaller tokens, which you can place accordingly on the character board. I think that there will certainly be a greater variety of them in the final version of this game. And take a look at the footwear as well. Currently, every type of shoes has the same graphic, as you can see, and they don't have any stats, so I believe that will change in the final version of this game. Now, let's move on the main focus, the weapons. In this prototype version of this board game, there's plenty to choose from. So you can fight traditionally with a sword, shoot a bow, or use daggers or spears. If you prefer range attacks, you can throw a dagger, or you can use a war axe or a hammer. Generally, during the adventure, you will be able to find some various types of these weapons, and on the back of each token there's a paragraph number. This indicates where this item is hidden within the story. Just like with the other elements of the character's equipment, you will place the weapon tokens in the designated spots on the hero board. And as you can see on the right side, there are some smaller spaces for some items like artifacts, some herbs, jewelry, torch or maps. All this can be very useful and often necessary as we explore this mysterious world and its various corners. Okay guys, so let's stay with a character board a bit longer. On the side of the board you will see hero development trees, and to be honest, at the time of recording this component presentation, this video, I don't have an upgraded rulebook, and I also don't remember exactly how this development tree worked when I played the prototype a few months ago. I'm sure that many rules have changed since then. However, I will show you the help cards, reference cards for the different character types, along with the development tree layout and assigned attribute stats. And I think that based on that, you can get an idea of how it works. You know, every action taken by the heroes in this game will change into experience points, which will be marked on the track on the board. And you know, today I'm presenting the prototype components with their description, but I'm not explaining the game rules, but simply trying to show you what to expect and how different elements of this board game look. So leave a comment in the comment section below if you would like hear a more detailed explanation on how to play Lands of Evershade, and I will make another video on that. Beyond the character board, each player will have a board for action and reaction cards on this game. Each hero will have offensive cards using during attacks and defensive cards for protection, of course. These cards will determine the actions a player can take during their turn. And additionally, the hero's development on the tree will be linked to extra card slots, meaning more cards can be acquired as the character reaches the required level of progress. In this prototype, as you can see, there are small boxes for each race. I assume these are needed for storing cards and save a game after a game session. And that's all regarding the components related to heroes. Now let me take you on a little tour on this mysterious land. Here are the secret sheets, or just map boards. These are maps of the entire land, as well as city maps, and there will also be battle boards, for example in dungeons or taverns, along with other surprises. As we play through this board game and progress through different paragraphs, we will encounter various events, meet different characters, and have to make many decisions. But you know, to start the game, we only need to prepare just a few components, including the story track, which I will show you in a moment. After that, we read the storybook and begin our adventure. So there's the story track, which also serves as a time counter, and it will also be played between two map boards. And look now, all the choices we make during the game will be marked on this track by placing markers in the appropriate spaces. Additionally, in various adventures, we will place a time dial at the bottom of the track to measure the pressure of time. It could be months, weeks, or days, depending on the adventure we are playing. At the very bottom of this track, we are spots for some mysterious tokens. You know, I don't remember them being part of my gameplay a few months ago, so their function is still a mystery to me and for you too. Okay guys, now to give you an idea of how everything works, take a look. As you can see, on the different world map boards are special rules. For example, here's an explanation of how exploration works, or how to travel on this map, or how to take a rest action. Additionally, each board also has a specific goal that outlines what you need to accomplish and within what time frame for that particular adventure. So we place the map board on the left side, where we will move out our team marker. But when we enter a location, or if the story progresses in a way, for example, we met characters on the road and choose to fight them, we will move to the battle board. So there we will place the heroes and enemy miniatures appropriately and play out the fight. And on the battle boards it's indicated which paragraph we should to go depending on how the battle ends. Notice that special effects unique to the battle board can appear like this action card. This refers to the action and reaction cards that each player has for their hero. But guys, that's not all. Let me show you more. Here we have a city map divided into some areas. We move around the city, our team marker, and can enter places like a tavern or a warehouse where an event may lead us to fight, and once again the actions shifts to the combat board. On this one, as you can see, there are already 2 action cards with different effects from the previous one. But let's keep going. Now let's hear down into the dungeons. As you can see, a new map board and once again new special game rules. So because the environment changes here, so the travel rules are different and there are new rules for resting as well. And you know, the adventure played here might require us to open some gates. And look, this time we are presented with a puzzle board. So it's not always going to be area maps, city layouts or combat boards. There can also be puzzles or other surprises for the players. But when we get tired of traveling through this mysterious world and just want to rest a bit, we have the camp board. Here you will find a detailed description of how to play out the camp phase. During this phase, players can refresh their used action and reaction cards, heal themselves or rearrange their equipment, and even trade cards with other players. So it's the classic kind of activities that usually take place in a camp during some adventure games. But I'm sure you've noticed that the camp board has slaves for cards. So there are also camp cards, and here they are. Being in the camp won't just be about resting and refreshing. Here you can expect different events, different challenges or encounters, and all of which you will find in the camp cards. So during the camp phase, a variety of surprises also waiting the players. But in this game, you will encounter a variety of enemies, and now I will show you the ones I have in this prototype, but there will definitely be more in the final version of this game. Now I will show you the stat cards, and in a moment you can take a look at their miniatures. About enemies, I also have smaller enemy activation cards because when we engage in combat and draw an enemy activation token from the back, the drawn activation card will determine how the enemy behave and what actions they will take on their turn. But more about combat, I think, will be in next video about this game. And finally, take a look at how the miniatures are presented in this board game. I've just added that we have two types of miniatures. There are the living miniatures, which represent the heroes and the enemies we encounter during the game, as well as different kind of some objects like maps, magic books, or some skulls. Okay guys, that's all for me today. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, and I invite you to join my subscribers if you want to see more content like this. Take care and see you next time.